Life itself is a contradiction. I believe that when accepting this fact, accepting this premise, that we're able to accept the parts of life that are undesirable. We're able to engage our level of courage, resilience, and magic and power. Those things make up magic. Those things are what create optimism. Those ingredients are necessary to engage optimism. And I believe they are the answer to the question, how can one create their own luck by harnessing the power of optimism? 3 ways you can create your own luck through harnessing the power of optimism. First of all, coming from me, like I said at the beginning, life itself is a contradiction. Here's a contradiction for you. The planetary influence of my birth map is the planet Saturn, the planet that has to do with constriction, time, structure, rules, and yet, when I was born, the sun was at the 21st degree of Scorpio. 21 degrees is associated with the opposite planet of Saturn, which is Jupiter. Jupiter is all about expansion, growth, an appetite for learning, higher education. We are wrapping up Sagittarius season, the sign that is ruled by Jupiter. And one quality of Sagittarius and Jupiter is the ability to invoke optimism. If we refer back to a moment ago where I shared the premise that life is a contradiction, engaging that premise allows us to invoke optimism. It allows us to be grounded and to accept reality and heal and move forward. Accepting the reality that life is a contradiction also brings a bit more practicality and not believing that optimism is reduced to wearing rose-colored glasses. Wearing rose colored glasses means you romanticize the reality, you ignore the reality, and instead, optimism is you view the reality, you don't judge it, and you still persist with the belief that you will prevail, with the new understanding that you may not prevail the way that you once thought. But you still believe that you're going to prevail. Belief is a huge component of the energy that shapes one's reality. The scholar or the engineer, who was it? Henry Ford? Or who said that if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Belief is a huge component and a heavy weighted ingredient that shapes our reality. So your belief coupled with knowing that life is a contradiction is what feeds optimism. It is okay for you to give yourself permission to live your best life, even in the face of the remainder of the world crumbling around you. How you feel about it is one component, and the way that you feel about it can exist while you still live your best life. Let's take the person who may have been diagnosed with a terminal illness and they are asked, what is one thing you want to do that you haven't done? Because that's reality. We're living abbreviated, and we need to live more expanded. Jupiter and Sagittarius teach us in this rounding out of the third phase, the third of three phases of Sagittarius, that we've learned to believe, we've demonstrated our ability to expand, and now we maintain our growth through reinforcing what we believe. Reinforce the favorable outcome by also incorporating the lessons. What's funny is after Sagittarius, after this huge expansion comes Saturn, comes Capricorn. the pragmatist, the authority figure that cuts back, brings in more structure. Well, life is a contradiction. My name is Nubia with BeyondTheSunConsulting.me. My purpose is to show people how to be free using the God-given tools we were born with. While we were not born with a manual for understanding life, we were born with a map. And I help people, especially who are multi-passionate, to use their map to choose their purpose and follow their path with joy and confidence. By map, I'm referring to astrology. I'm an astrologer and writer, and I became my own astrologer over the age of 40, and I used that skill to choose my own career for the first time at the age of 43. Now that I have my career in writing, I focus on my fulfillment, which is showing people how to be free. If you would like to find fulfillment, choose your current role or path, book a consultation with me, and we will see where you are we will see where you are currently on your map. We'll see where you were when you were born, and we can have a conversation on what it is that you like to achieve. And if you feel that we're good at working together, if you feel that you're intuitively led to work with me, we can put together a step-by-step plan or framework to help you achieve your goal. And this is for any area of life. So, to wrap up, life is a contradiction. And when we know that, we can be optimistic. We can incorporate being optimistic because through our beliefs and through our experiences, we know what we're not going to accept. And that helps us grow. Thank you for listening to the Beyond the Sun podcast. Talk to you next time.